Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. But before we get into this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel and comment underneath the video, as it does help with the YouTube algorithms to help get my YouTube channel out there a little bit more. I'd also just quickly like to make everyone aware that I have a Patreon page, and for just $5 a month you'll gain access to my complete back catalogue of almost 1,000 pieces of violin sheet music, which are added to on a weekly basis, as well as MP3 backing tracks for the violin performance covers, and some easy piano music as well that cover literally every genre from Chopin to Adele and everything in between. If you are interested, further details on my Patreon page can be found in the link just under here, and I will also put a link underneath this video and in the comments as well. Do your fingers hurt when you are playing the violin? So mostly I'm going to be talking about the left hand, so the left hand that we're using up here. Now, there's a few reasons why your left hand might be hurting as you're playing the violin. But first of all, you shouldn't have any real pain when playing the violin. Obviously, it's going to be something new and something sort of slightly alien to you. So a lot of people will say that their actual arm kind of here aches because you're physically holding something up. So for example, I mean, I've been playing for a really long time, so I can probably play for about 3 hours and then I just can't I just can't play anymore. My arm hurts, I'll have to pull my arm back on itself, so I've kind of built up a tolerance to that and kind of got used to it. But there's a difference between just your body aching and just body getting fatigued, and the body actually being physically in pain. Now, if you've got anything like any shooting pains, any nerve shooting pains in the neck or anything like that, then obviously I would say stop playing, go and see your doctor. You might have something going on with the neck or something like that. So, if you've got any pain, any real pain anywhere, do consult your doctor before obviously you carry on, and make sure that you are able to. But if you've got pain in your left hand particularly, it could be that basically you've got improper hand position. So what we want to do is make sure that our hand is nicely down and it isn't up like this. So if it's up like that, you're going to find that you're putting a lot of pressure on your wrist because your hand is too high up. So when I do that, I immediately feel a pull all under here, because it's not right to do that. It's like if I do that on my hand, it doesn't feel nice. It's just, I can feel it pulling here. But if I'm just doing this nice and relaxed, which is where my hand should be, and I'm just using my fingers to play the violin, if I put my violin there like that, it's not going to cause me any problems. So we want to make sure that our left hand is postured correctly. Now, there are two ways of holding the violin. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I've already got videos on this, but some people like to hold with their thumb sort of there, with the sort of the pad of their thumb just there, and some people like to hold with their kind of thumb up like that. Now, it doesn't really matter. I don't do it this way, but even still, you don't want to be putting your wrist up. You want to make sure your wrist is down. I hold the violin here with the pad of my thumb, and that's just how I've always done that. But either which way, my hand is not up, my hand is down. So my hand is like this the whole time, just with the violin in. Make sure you are not gripping the fingerboard too tightly as well. So a lot of people have a bit of a death grip. Again, I've got a video on this, so I can link that underneath. But you don't want to be gripping so tightly on the fingerboard, because you're not going to be able to move, and there's no way that you can sustain that anyway. You just want to be nice and light and relaxed. And I mean, if you've got the violin on your shoulder, all this is doing anyway is just sort of, it's just propping it up like a table end. I mean, if I let go of it, my violin's not going anywhere. It slips down in the front a little bit, and my hand just brings it back into position. So you can see how it slips down. Hand brings it back. So the hand, this arm and this hand isn't actually doing anything. It's just kind of a prop, kind of to keep the violin there. So we don't want to be pressing anything too hard. There's no reason to do that, because the violin is either sitting on your shoulder like this, or you've got a shoulder rest. Maybe you've got something like that sitting on the body of the violin. I don't have a shoulder rest. I just haven't done for just forever. So it's, you know, it's completely up to you. If you do, you get a little bit more grip, I'd say, with a shoulder rest, but do or don't, it's completely up to you. But the point is, the violin is being held up from the shoulder, and this arm here is just kind of keeping it up in the air and sort of stopping it from slipping forward. So you should not be gripping here anyway. Another reason if your fingers are hurting is if you are pushing too hard down on the strings. Obviously you want to put a little bit of pressure down, because if you just hover your fingers over the strings, you won't get any sound. So you'll get a harmonic sound in actual fact. So harmonics are those kind of light wispy sounds that we hear. That kind of thing, and that is when you are not putting your fingers down fully on the fingerboard. You're just hovering the skin of your finger just slightly over on the string, but just sort of just gently touching the string, not actually putting any pressure on the string. What we want to do is put pressure on the string, so we push our finger down into the fingerboard, but we don't want to overdo that, because again, that's just going to put too much tension and too much pressure on the tips of your fingers, and you're not going to be able to sustain that. Just a normal amount of pressure, just sort of pushing down, that's all. We're not pushing the finger through the fingerboard, we're just sort of pushing down on the fingerboard. So that's it really, just 3 main reasons why your left hand or your fingers might be hurt when you're playing the violin. So just relax your hand a lighter touch, and just adjust the position of your left hand. And that's kind of it really, just a nice, quick, simple, easy video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.